Have you ever wondered why some parts of America feel almost empty in 2025? These are states with jaw-dropping mountains, wide-open prairies, and endless skies, yet barely anyone chooses to live there. Why? Is it the cost of living, brutal weather, or something else entirely? Today, we're counting down the 9 emptiest states in the US, and you'll want to stick around until the very end, because the state in the #1 spot will absolutely shock you. Number 9. New Hampshire. We begin with New Hampshire. Known for its stunning lakes, forests, and mountains, this small New England state looks like a picture-perfect postcard. But living here is far from simple. The biggest hurdle? Cost. While New Hampshire doesn't charge sales tax or income tax, it makes up for it with some of the highest property taxes in the country. The average home costs around $400,000, well above the national average. Jobs are limited too. The state leans heavily on tourism, tech, and manufacturing, but many young people move out to bigger cities like Boston or New York for better opportunities. And then there's the weather. Winters are long, harsh, and snowy, over 70 inches a year, making life tough in the state's many rural towns. Still, for those who stay, New Hampshire offers safety, good schools, and a strong sense of community. But for most, the cost of living and long winters are deal breakers. And if you think that sounds difficult, wait until you hear about the states ahead, where isolation and extreme weather push people out even faster. Number 8. Nebraska. Next up, Nebraska, a land of cornfields, cattle ranches, and wide-open plains. With under 2 million people spread across the state, it feels incredibly empty. The biggest challenge here is the weather. It's unpredictable and extreme. Winters often drop below zero, summers can scorch above 90 degrees, and tornadoes are a regular threat. Nebraska's economy is built on farming, livestock, and energy. While those industries matter, they don't provide a wide variety of jobs. Unless you're tied to agriculture, opportunities are slim. The average income is decent at around $65,000, and homes are affordable at about $300,000. But many people still leave for bigger cities with more career options and entertainment. Outside of college football, Nebraska doesn't have the buzz or infrastructure of larger states. Peaceful? Yes, but for many, just too quiet. And the next state is even tougher, where brutal winters and a shrinking population are driving people out faster than ever. Number 7, Maine. Coming in at number 7, Maine. Known for its rocky coastlines, lighthouses, and lobsters, it's one of the most scenic states in America, but it's also one of the toughest to live in long-term. Winters here are brutal, over 70 inches of snow every year, and freezing temperatures that keep heating bills sky-high. The economy relies heavily on seafood, potatoes, and tourism. Lobster fishing is huge, but younger generations are leaving rural towns behind in search of better opportunities elsewhere. The average household income sits around $60,000, and while homes cost about $320,000, the high cost of living and seasonal jobs push many people away. Tourists love Maine's beauty, especially Acadia National Park, but most prefer visiting rather than settling down. And if you think Maine is tough, just wait until you hear about the next state on this list, where even locals say the winters feel never-ending. Number 6, Montana. At number 6, we have Montana, also called Big Sky Country. It's one of the most beautiful states in America, with stunning mountain ranges, Yellowstone National Park, and endless open land. But despite its size, the population is just over 1.1 million people. That's less than some US cities. The problem? Harsh winters and isolation. Montana can see temperatures drop to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter, with heavy snow cutting off rural areas. Summers are short and wildfires are becoming more common. Economically, the state depends on agriculture, mining, and tourism. But jobs are limited outside those fields. The average household income is about $65,000, but the housing market has exploded recently, with average home prices climbing to around $450,000. For many locals, that's simply out of reach. Life in Montana is peaceful, but also lonely. Towns are far apart, and traveling long distances is part of daily life. And as tough as Montana can be, the next state makes winters feel like a survival test that few people want to endure. Number 5. North Dakota. At number 5, North Dakota. Famous for its oil boom, farming, and the Great Plains, this state has one of the smallest populations in America, around 770,000 people. That's fewer than some suburban counties. The biggest challenge is the weather. Winters are brutal, with blizzards, heavy snow, and temperatures that can sink below minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Add in howling winds, and life here can feel like a battle against nature itself. North Dakota's economy depends heavily on oil, gas, and agriculture. During the oil boom, jobs brought people in, but when oil prices dropped, many left. The average household income is about $70,000, and homes are more affordable at around $250,000. But isolation remains the biggest issue. The state is so spread out that even simple errands can mean long drives. It's a land of resilience where communities are close-knit, but the extreme cold and lack of opportunity keep most people away. And if you think North Dakota is isolated, just wait until we get to a state where even locals joke that the cows outnumber people. Number 4. South Dakota. Coming in at number 4 is South Dakota. Home to Mount Rushmore and the Badlands, it's a state full of beauty and history. But when it comes to population, it's nearly empty. With fewer than 950,000 people, it has one of the lowest densities in the country. The main challenge here is the weather. Freezing winters with heavy snow and hot summers with violent storms. Tornadoes and hail are common, making farming risky. And farming is exactly what the state depends on. Agriculture and tourism are its biggest industries, but that leaves little room for high-paying or diverse career opportunities. The average income is about $65,000 and homes are affordable at around $270,000, but the quiet lifestyle and limited economy push young people to bigger cities. South Dakota offers peace, wide open spaces, and breathtaking scenery, but many see it as a place to visit, not settle. And if you thought South Dakota was empty, just wait until you see the next states, where the land is massive, the skies are endless, and the people are almost nowhere to be found. Number 3. Wyoming. At number 3, we have Wyoming. It's the least populated state in America, with fewer than 600,000 residents. To put that in perspective, more people live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin than in the entire state of Wyoming. And yet Wyoming is huge. Nearly 100,000 square miles of mountains, plains, and iconic landmarks like Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park. So why is it so empty? The answer is weather, isolation, and jobs. Winters here are long, snowy, and bitterly cold. Winds can reach 60 miles per hour, making blizzards even more dangerous. On the flip side, summers can be dry and scorching. Economically, Wyoming depends on mining, energy, and tourism. But when those industries struggle, so do the people. The average household income is about $70,000, and homes cost around $350,000. Affordable compared to some states, but the limited job market and remote lifestyle make it a tough sell. Sure, the natural beauty is unmatched, but most people choose to visit Yellowstone on vacation rather than live there year-round. But believe it or not, the next state is even emptier, and it covers more land than Wyoming could ever dream of. Number 2. Alaska. At number 2 is Alaska, the largest state in the U.S. by far. You could fit Texas inside it twice and still have room left over. Yet, despite all that space, fewer than 750,000 people live here. That's less than the population of San Francisco. Alaska's challenges are extreme. Winters bring freezing temperatures that can drop to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit in the far north. Some places go months with almost no daylight, while summers bring nearly 22 hours of sun. On top of that, transportation is a struggle. This isolation drives up the cost of everything: groceries, fuel, housing, and utilities. Homes average around $325,000, and heating bills skyrocket during the long winters. While the average household income is higher at about $75,000, it barely covers the cost of living. Yes, Alaska is stunning. From glaciers to the northern lights, it's like nowhere else on Earth. But it's also a place where survival comes first and comfort comes second. And if you thought Alaska was tough, wait until you hear about the number 1 state, where the emptiness isn't just about land or weather, but something even deeper. Number 1. Vermont. Finally, at number 1, we have Vermont. Now this might surprise you. Vermont isn't huge like Alaska or Wyoming, and it doesn't have brutal blizzards like North Dakota. But what it does have is one of the smallest populations in the entire country, just over 650,000 people. So why so few? For starters, the economy is limited. Vermont relies heavily on farming, tourism, and small local businesses. Big companies and industries rarely set up shop here, which means fewer jobs and fewer opportunities for young people. Many end up moving out to bigger cities in New York or Massachusetts. The cost of living is another challenge. The average home costs over $350,000, and while that may sound normal compared to other states, wages don't always match up. The average household income sits at around $70,000, which doesn't stretch far with rising costs. And then there's the weather. Vermont winters are snowy and cold, while summers are short. For tourists, it's a charming getaway full of ski slopes and fall colors, but for residents, the long winters and limited economy make life difficult. Vermont may be beautiful, peaceful, and safe, but it's also quiet. Maybe too quiet, and that's exactly why it holds the title of the emptiest state in America. So, what do you think? Would you ever live in one of these states, or would you rather just visit and leave the emptiness behind? Let me know in the comments.